And good afternoon here from the FingerLakes1.com studios in Seneca Falls, New York. I'm Jim Sinacropi, and it's a rainy Tuesday afternoon. And boy, we really were treated to some great spring weather this weekend. But unfortunately, all that's changed. I think we're getting a lot more precipitation than we hoped for. And now the temperatures are in the process of rapidly dropping, and we're talking about potential snow. We're talking about some slippery conditions on your ride home from work tonight. And certainly not the type of spring weather we were hoping would continue after such a great weekend. And here on the line to help us discuss that, I got FL1 staff meteorologist Drew Montreuil. Drew, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing good. Staying dry so far. How about you?
I'm dry inside, but boy, it doesn't look too nice outside. As a matter of fact, I have a shot. Oh, got a little feedback going here. What the heck is going on? Well, we're going to fight through it. I got a live shot here of Interstate 90 at the Manchester exit. And you can see that it's unfavorable conditions. What's the driving conditions look like, Drew, around the region right now?
Most of the Finger Lakes still mostly just wet roads. I was looking at some different sources of data and some different webcams along Interstate 90 as you go further west towards Buffalo, and it was starting to get a little slushy and icy at times. The ground was turning white in those areas as the snow started to come down. So trail conditions are okay right now, if you don't mind the rain, but they'll be deteriorating through the afternoon and into the evening commute.
Now, is there potential for icing on the roads? I mean, the nice thing is it was warm this weekend, so the ground, I'm hoping, will be warm enough that maybe we don't get a ton of accumulation. But is that a threat, freezing on the roads?
Yeah, I think there will be some ice threat on the roads. Like I said, it's already starting to happen a little bit in western New York. But as those temperatures drop below 32, the freezing point, a lot of that rain is going to start to kind of turn into slush and ice. So there's definitely going to be some slick spots on the road, especially later this afternoon into this evening. So you're definitely going to want to slow down and kind of take it easy. And a lot of it could be black ice, so you might not even see it until you hit it. So it's definitely going to be a slower evening commute today.
What about accumulation? Should we be pulling out the snow shovels that we might have put away this weekend? Is there a chance that we'll have any, measurable accumulation across the Finger Lakes?
There could be some light accumulations. Most of the areas probably mostly just going to be a coating to maybe an inch. Some of the higher elevations might get a little bit more. Further out in western New York, there could be kind of a localized area where they get 2, maybe 3 inches. That's mostly towards Buffalo, Niagara Falls, that area. And then in the eastern Finger Lakes, some of the higher terrains, southern Cuba County, Onondaga County, Cortland County, kind of those areas are going to be kind of a secondary pulse of precipitation that might bring a bit of a pickup in the snow for a brief time there. So some of those areas could end up with, 1 to 3 inches. But generally, most areas it's going to be a coating to an inch. And I expect a lot of that to probably just melt tomorrow with some sunshine. If it doesn't melt tomorrow, it'll definitely be gone by Thursday.
Well, speaking of tomorrow and heading forward towards the weekend, is this going to be the last of it? This is going to be the last time we see snow? Everybody got so excited this weekend. I played some golf. I did some yard work. Can we get back at it this weekend? Is things going to improve?
Things will improve, but they're going to kind of go back more towards average instead of the real nice above-average stuff we've had. I was looking at some of the medium-range models, so going out 5, 10, 15 days, and it really looks like we're just going to kind of settle it right in about where we should be for middle of April. So generally speaking, highs in the 50s, maybe a couple of days hitting 60 here and there. No big warm-ups. Doesn't look like there's any big cool-downs either once we get through this one. So pretty typical. As we get towards later in the month, it's going to get harder and harder to see snow, which is a good thing. But the way this winter's gone, I'm not going to discount it until we get, into May. And I see, signs that we're going to hit a prolonged warm period.
Well, what about Easter Sunday? Is got an early Easter Sunday forecast for us? I know it's early.
Yeah, it is a little early, and so there's a little bit of uncertainty there. It looks like we're going to have a weak area of low pressure come through on Saturday. It looks pretty disorganized, not a whole lot of moisture with it. So Saturday looks like it might be kind of cloudy and showery, but hopefully we'll get that out of here by Sunday and get some sun for Easter. It looks like Sunday has the better chance of being the warmer of the 2 days, but again, we're talking mostly low, maybe mid-50s by then. But it doesn't look too windy either right now, so it might not be too bad on Easter.
Well, just to recap, we have rain falling across the region now, widespread, moving through from the southwest to northeast, and that snow or that rain has the potential to turn to snow as temperatures drop. And Drew, we're talking teens for wind chills tomorrow morning when we wake up.
Yeah, I think a lot of the temperatures before the wind will be right around 20, some upper teens. But yeah, once we factor in the wind, it'll feel like the teens out. So just a real stark contrast from the past couple of days, from feeling up in the 70s and 80s even.
I know only in the Finger Lakes can you get that type of disparity in temperatures over just a 48-hour period. So, but all in all, not a huge weather event, Drew. You don't anticipate any cancellations, maybe a few tonight, maybe some meetings or events canceled tonight, potentially, depending on the road conditions?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, a couple of events or meetings get canceled tonight, just to play it on the safe side with the slick roads. But as far as any sort of cancellations for tomorrow, I really don't expect any of that. Again, our snow accumulation should be pretty minor for this one.
Well, of course, the students all on break anyway. They had enough snow days this winter, I'd say. So they're enjoying break as it is, and a lot of these, well, actually, a lot of teachers and students are down south this week.
Right.
So they're avoiding this altogether. Well, Drew, thanks for checking in with us. If you want more from Drew Montreuil, his Facebook page, FL Weather, is a great page to follow. He's posting updates at our weather center on fingerlakes1.com, and there'll be updates as the day goes on as far as this minor weather event, I suppose. It's just more disappointing than anything. I think that we're going to be seeing some more white stuff here. But Drew, thanks for everything you do, and we'll be keeping track of you on the Weather Center and on Facebook.
Okay, sounds good. Have a good afternoon, Jim.
You too, Drew. Thanks. So there you got Drew Montreuil giving us the latest on this late season winter storm. I guess you'd call it a I don't know if you'd call it a winter storm, but it's a winter inconvenience, a disturbance. It's upsetting to the psyche of all us residents here in the Finger Lakes, but no big deal. After this one, maybe you can pack away the shovel, and maybe might not even need it depending on where you are. But stay with us today at fingerlakes1.com on our Weather Center for the latest news, weather, and sports. And I am Jim Sinacropi, so stay dry, folks, and believe me, this will all be over before you know it. Have a great afternoon.